Welcome back, and we're moving into our conversation for today, looking at opportunities for development, educational development and professional development, courtesy of the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan. So we have two representatives from the embassy joining us. We have Chang, who is the third secretary, and we have Sao-Wei, who is the first secretary. Good morning and welcome, and thank you for being here.
Good morning.
You know, it's always nice to have reps like yourself with us. And then again, Belizeans look forward to it. Whenever we hear about scholarship opportunities, it's always a way to flock to it, because we know for a fact that we want to eventually be ahead in terms of educational status, educational background. The Embassy of China, Taiwan have always been with us, have always made sure that Belizeans get the best when it comes to education. This is coming up. Can you elaborate more on it? Scholarship opportunities from the Taiwanese embassy.
Yes, okay. First of all, I want to explain why our government provides a scholarship program. It's because that we want to share our experience with Belize and our other partner countries, and hopefully to nurture and cultivate a talented pool of human resources. And for individuals, of course, that is Belizean citizens care about, is that we give them opportunity to go to Taiwan to pursue a higher education and gain more professional knowledge or skills. So hopefully that they can come back to Belize and dedicate themselves to the community.
Absolutely. Yes. Now, the Taiwanese scholarships have become increasingly popular for Belizeans.
Yes,
there
indeed.
was, in the very initial phases, a bit of wariness about being so far away from Belize, and most importantly, the cultural and language barriers that may exist. How has the program developed to be able to prepare the students who will be utilizing the scholarships to be better prepared for the adjustments they'll have to make?
Oh, okay. Actually, there they have an association that formed by Belizean students.
Wow.
Yes. So when they go to Taiwan, the association and of course the schools, they will take care of them. So I think every time when I heard the students coming back to back to Belize, they always have a good experience.
Yeah.
So I will encourage more Belizean citizens to apply for the scholarship and not worry about your life in Taiwan. Yes.
How competitive is the scholarship program now?
Well, actually, it's very competitive. Every year we will receive over hundreds applicants from the embassy. Yes, from the embassy. So, yeah, but every year we have two different types of programs. One is ICDF scholarship program, and the other is MOFA scholarship programs. But in total, that we will receive around 25 per year. So, yeah, the chance is you still have certain percentage of the chance, yes.
Absolutely.
And who can apply, and what's the requirement to apply for a scholarship?
Okay, first of all, that has to be a Belizean citizen. So usually we will ask them to provide a copy of passport to prove that that is Belizean citizen. Yes, and the required documents, there's a lot of requirement, so I would suggest the people to go on our website to take a look. But here I will just briefly introduce, because the required documents that you need to complete the application form. That is the first requirement, and you also have to provide a medical report. Yes, and if you work in the government, that you have to provide a letter to prove that they agree to let you to study in Taiwan. Yes, and
so that you can come back and continue to work.
Yes, and the highest diploma and transcript certified by Belizean Education, and the CV and resume. That is we want to take a look for reference, and recommendation letters. Yes. And besides, the MOFA scholarship that require 1 year to study Mandarin course. So that we will also need an acceptance letter that is from the language center in Taiwan.
So let's look at the difference between the ICDF scholarship and the scholarship provided by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Okay, the ICDF scholarship, well, which is the International Cooperation and Development Funds. And that scholarship is mainly taught in English.
Oh.
Yes. And the MOFA scholarship is provided by MOFA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and is mainly taught in Chinese.
Wow.
Yes. So both of the scholarship, they provide a bachelor, master, or PhD degrees. Yes, and the duration is similar. Is 4 years, 2 years, and 4 years separately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but another one thing different is what I mentioned is the Mandarin course that require 1 year for MOFA scholarship.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you usually, once you have been awarded a scholarship, you would have the full term 4-year degree plus 1 year for learning Mandarin.
Yes, yes.
Even if it's ICDF, you still do that 1 year in Mandarin, right?
No, because the ICDF is mainly taught in English,
Okay.
so no need to study Mandarins. Yeah.
So you only need the Mandarin to learn to walk around the streets.
But it still has to, yes.
Now, this has been, I think, a wonderful addition to the opportunities available to people who are pursuing higher education. And one of the things that we know about the scholarship program is that you're very specific about the types of degrees that people can be able to go and access in Taiwan. And they're all essentially areas where we have a need for human resources, for technical resources. How were these areas defined, and what are some of the possible degrees that people can go and attain?
Okay, from the ICDF program, they actually provide 31 courses from 20 universities. And from MOFA, that is a little bit different, that you can stay, the first year that you have studied Mandarins in Taiwan, then after that you can take a look for different university to apply for.
Okay.
So that part is more flexible because they don't have a specific program for that.
Okay.
Yes, so I heard that before we have a Belizean applicant, a recipient, scholarship recipient. He is looking for something about music. But that part the ICDA program don't have, so that's why he applied for MOFA scholarship. So that's a little bit different.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking about the program that it mainly focus on, we have different types, such as the tropic agriculture, sciences, business administration, information technology, human resource development, medicine and public health, or various fields of engineering.
Okay.
So that you will see there's a variety of programs that could actually serve a country's development needs.
Tell us about the universities that have partnered to provide these scholarships. What are they well known for, and what do you find to be the greatest interest by Belizeans?
Yes, I think those 20 universities, they are all good, very good universities, and some are very well known in Taiwan. For example, the National Taiwan Universities, National Zhenji Universities. So there's a lot of varieties for the recipient to choose from, and every university is good universities. Yeah.
For the fact that a lot of Belizeans look forward to better educational opportunities, how many Belizeans every year is accepted to go to Taiwan?
In recent years, that from ICDA part is around 20 persons, and from MOFA scholarship is around 5 persons. So the scholarship program started from 2002. So you will see from 2002 to 2016 that reached the number 308.
Wow.
Yes, so which is a very incredible numbers. So you will see the scholarship program is pretty popular in Belize.
Following educational, that educational reach in Taiwan, do we have any Belizeans who would eventually say, you know what, I think this is my way of life now and would want to stay there? And I'm saying this from the standpoint that, of course, Taiwan is a big country. So do we have any Belizeans who would say, you know what, I think I'll make my life here?
Actually, there's a lot. But like I say in the very beginning, the reason why the Taiwan government provide a scholarship program is that we want to help Belize to have a better development in the future. So that's why from our regulation, we will require those scholarship recipients, after they finish their degrees, they have to come back to Belize.
Yeah.
So that is why we want to keep those talented pool of human resource to stay in Belize.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, I want to shift over to Sao-Wei for a bit, because in addition to offering scholarships to young students or people who want to further their education, you do professional development courses throughout the year. Now, tell us about that specific program.
Okay, so before we delve into the details, I would like to elaborate that. I would like to share with you an old Taiwanese Chinese proverb. It says, instead of giving you fish, it's actually better to teach you how to fish. Yeah. So basically, that's the gist of the human capacity building between the two countries.
Yeah.
So basically, when we talk about the capacity building, we were talking about three kind of programs. The first one is Kelly's Taiwan Scholarship, and the other is the Technical Cooperation Projects. That's based in Belize. So and the third is the one I'm going to talk about. That's the professional workshop and seminars. Yeah, and the vis-a-vis the Taiwan Scholarship and the technical cooperation, those are longer terms. It can be like 2 years, 4 years, but professional workshop is only some of them are a week long, or the longest is like a month long.
Okay.
And the targets and the targeted participants are different. The Taiwan scholarships, they are for students or for those who had a few years working experiences and would like to go back to schools to strengthen themselves. But the workshops focuses on those professionals, either in the government sectors, private sectors, or NGOs.
Okay.
So that's the main difference.
Okay. And looking at how this program has been arranged, it is by invitation that people are allowed to attend the seminars and workshops, right?
Yes, because each year we have about 20 seminars, and they focus on different things. So they can be like environmental protection, the business and trade, the agriculture, like that. So we cannot just post on the website and ask people to apply, because in that way we will receive too many applications.
Yeah.
So we have to look at the theme of that particular workshop, and then ask the related government agency to nominate, and then through that process, the government agency will give us 1 or 2 candidates. Then we will send it back to Taipei for the approval. So basically, that's the process. So it is by invitation process.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the areas that you have been able to partner with the different sectors, the NGO sector, the governmental sector, to be able to provide this professional development or enhancement?
Yeah, take this year, for example. This year we have about 20 seminars, and I believe 6 of them are agricultural related, and then 2 of them are related to the ICT, the information technology, information computer technology. Yeah, and then 2 are related to the medical cooperation, capacity training, and there are another 2, I believe. It's for the environmental protection. Yeah, so basically these are the themes. But these are the workshop provided by the ICDF.
Okay.
But we also have, ICDF is the major partner. But then we have 4 other partners. One of them is Hubs Hospital, and the other is our National Defense University. So that one, we cooperate closely with your BDF, and your Coast Guard, and the Police Ministry. And the third one is there's another institute. It's called the International Institute on Land Policy Reform. It's the institute focuses more on the land policy. So that kind of institute, we will invite the people from your Natural Resources Ministry to participate. And the 5th one is the finance. It's a training institute by the Ministry of Finance. Okay. So that part, it will focus on the trainings regarding the finance, taxes, GST, like that.
Yeah.
So when is the next seminar in Belize, and what will it entail?
The first one, the next one is I believe, it's the workshop on rural women's development. So it's a teaching. I think we have already invited a lady from San Pedro.
Okay.
Because that one is trying to revitalize the women employment in rural areas. So a lady, we asked the Ministry of Minister Heredia to recommend a suitable lady from the rural area to go to Taiwan and to know issues such as the microfinance, how to specialize, how to promote your products to a wider market like that, to improve the livelihood in the country areas. Yeah, so that's the first one.
Now, each year you have the series of workshops where persons are invited to attend or gather, really, because there are people from other countries coming as well,
Yes.
in Taiwan. How do you set the priority areas for each year? How did you decide with these specific themes? Is it simply looking at the landscape in this region and finding commonalities and issues that they face?
The arch theme is to help our partner countries, including Belize, to develop.
Yeah.
And then in the beginning of my slide, actually, I was going to share with you a speech given by our lady president when she went to El Salvador. That she emphasized that in the past, the cooperation model between us, the two countries, is just one way, but now we will try to shift to two-way cooperation, and we will focus more on they're all about development, but we hope that the two-way cooperation can be shifted to those market-oriented approach, like to help the partner countries to expand market access, to improve their knowledge and know-how on business and trade, like that. So in the beginning, I shared the proverb that about the fishing proverb, right? Then, so I would add the third part. Instead of giving you fish and teaching you how to fish, we also want to teach you how to do business by fishing.
Like you can sell that fish.
That's right. That's right. Sell that fish to the neighboring village in present tense, present era. It's selling to other countries.
Yes.
And we hope to enhance the business and trade relationship between, specifically between Belize and Taiwan.
Yeah.
What area of education have captivated Belizeans most?
I would say in the beginning it is the agriculture and the aquaculture, but now we are moving more and more to the ICT and e-government, because the Prime Minister Barrow also asked us to help you more on that field. Yeah. So we work closely with your government agency, the Ministry of Finance and CITO, the Central Information Technology Office. So each year we will send at least 4 or 5 colleagues from CITO to Taiwan for the ICT training. So we hope that by doing that, we can help Belize to develop and to raise the development onto a higher level.
Now, we know with your cooperation agreement, it goes both ways, and I think that's what you were speaking about before. You do have technical experts who come in to assist with the different projects that are being implemented, teaching people while they're here how to carry it forward. What do you find to be the difference in the benefits between having your technical experts come here and work with people on the ground versus having Belizeans leave to attend the different trainings and seminars with others in the region?
Yes. As I mentioned in the beginning, we have 3 kinds of projects, right, for capacity building. So the technical cooperation projects, yes, they are based in Belize. Yeah. So the most apparent advantage for that kind of projects is that they can reach a wider audience. Yeah, because they are based here. They have local knowledge. They work closely with the local partners, be it government employees or the private sectors. So they have more access to local environment, and they can they reach more and wider audience.
Yeah.
So I have to say these three projects, they are complementary to each other. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And going back to Kelly, in terms of the application process, good smile, I like that smile.
Thank you.
In terms of the application process, if I should apply this year and I did not get my scholarship opportunity, is my educational opportunity with Taiwan, is that it? Or am I able to reapply again and try to get a chance to go?
Yes, if this year if some applicants they didn't successfully passed, then we will encourage them to probably could retry it again next year. So it's always the opportunity is always open, because except the age. For ICDF part that is under 50, and for MOFA is between 18 to 30.
Okay.
So if that is between the age, then you are always open to apply.
So if you
Yes.
pass the age, you have to let it go. So I think key things to look at this point, especially with the scholarship opportunities, are the deadlines that are approaching.
Yes.
Let's talk about
yes.
that.
That is very important because for the ICDF part, the deadline is March 17, I'm sorry, which is 2 weeks from today. So hurry up.
Now, in terms of being able to apply for the ICDF, you need to apply to the school first, right? Before you apply for the scholarship? Or can that happen after you've received the scholarship?
Okay, so let me quickly introduce the application procedure. The applicants have to submit the documents both to the university and the embassy at the same time. And after that, the embassy will submit a recommended list to the ICDF.
Okay.
So the ICDF and those universities that will form a joint committees and to make the final decision.
Okay.
Yes. So the embassy will receive the final decision by the end of June, and after that, we will contact those successful applicants.
Yeah.
Yes. And from the MOFA side, it's similar that the students have to submit the required documents to the embassy, and we will submit a recommended list to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they will inform us by the end of June. And after that, we will contact those successful applicants. So which means that when applicants should submit the documents, that have to at the same time submit to the universities and to the embassies.
Okay.
And it's very important that different universities, they have different criteria and different deadlines. So that part helps to focus on each applicant has to pay attention to it. But from the embassy, the deadline is fixed. It's March 17, and the MOFA scholarship is March 30.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, for people who, I know you usually have a question and answer session, and people probably call in when they see the announcement. What seems to be some of their most pressing questions about the possibility of applying or receiving a Taiwanese scholarship?
The questions that they will probably always ask, well, of course, they were asked what requirements they need.
Yeah.
Yes, and they were curious about the scholarship benefit.
Yeah.
So that will always explain to them.
Yeah.
And sometimes they worry because Taiwan is far from Belize, so they were curious about if anyone will help them in Taiwan.
Yeah.
But that part I already explained earlier.
With the association,
they will have association to help them. Yes.
So the scholarship includes airfare. Tell us what all is covered under the scholarship.
Okay. The benefit is a little bit different because it's two different types scholarship.
Okay.
But the same thing is that they will provide a round trip flight tickets to each recipient.
Okay.
And the tuition fee is mostly covered by ICDF or universities. And the different part is the allowance. Monthly allowance is a little bit different. The MOFA scholarship is higher, but however, the students, they have to pay their own tax cost, and a textbook cost and insurance fee.
Okay.
And on the contrary, the ICDF have already covered those expenses.
Okay.
Yes. So still, the monthly allowance is quite enough for a person to live in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So usually the every year the students they will save some money
And
and to
then
take
come
and
back
travel
home.
around Taiwan. Yes.
Excellent. Now, when it comes to, because one of the scariest part of going into another country, especially if it's not English speaking like
Yes.
we do here, is learning the language.
Yes.
How difficult is it within that 1 year span to learn Mandarin? And I'm asking this because I'm sure there are a lot of folks who are looking on right now and would want the scholarship, but the
Yes.
thought of having to learn Mandarin, and we've heard it so many times,
Yeah,
to a certain extent in the mind is difficult. How
Yes.
difficult is this process, or is it easy?
Okay. Well, that is a little bit difficult question to me because I'm born to speak Mandarin, right? So it's easy for
I'm
me
sure
to
you've
learn.
spoken to some of the Belizean students over there, and
Yes.
what are their sentiments?
But actually, I think it's not really difficult to learn the daily conversation. I mean, daily conversation, because every year the scholarship recipient they come back to Belize to have a summer vacation or winter vacation, and I spoke to them. They would like to say, "Oh, please speak to me in Mandarin. I want to practice more." And usually they speak very well.
Wow.
So I think it's okay for them to start to learn daily conversation. But once you arrive there at very first time, there's no worry about that because English is a mandatory courses for us to learn.
Yeah.
So there, basically, they could people can communicate with them with the basic English. Yes.
Okay.
And especially in the capital in Taipei City, there's no problem for that
Yeah.
at all.
English,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So definitely an opportunity that people should take advantage of. The deadlines are quickly approaching. March
2 weeks
17th,
away.
2 weeks away, and the 30th, which is a month, for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs
Yes.
scholarship. So
Excellent.
there is a website. Let's try to get that up on screen. And I'm sure people can also just call in to the embassy.
Yes.
There we go.
Any questions that could also call us at 227-8744. And then actually I prepared short videos that because I think most of the applicants haven't been to Taiwan yet.
Okay.
So we could have a 3 minutes video to show them
Okay.
have a more vivid vision about
Yeah.
Taiwan.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we don't have that available at this time, so we'll try to show it in another segment. But what we can tell you is that I know a lot of people are always looking for opportunities to be able to further their studies, and given the financial times, scholarships are really the only route they have. So this has been and continues to be a great opportunity for Belizeans that we hope they take advantage of. And of course, as Sao-Wei, we know that your program or the area that you spoke about in terms of the professional development workshops and seminars continues to be an important part in building the capacities of those who are already working in their specific fields. So of course, when you do have people who return from really interesting workshops, we'd love to hear from them on their experience. But we thank you all for being here and sharing what all is happening at this time.
Just before you guys leave, you did mention that there's an old Chinese saying that says, we won't just give you a fish, we will teach you how to fish.
Yes.
You said it was an old Chinese saying. Can you say that in your language, please?
Okay, it's 与其给你鱼，不如教你钓鱼。
Okay, you want to try that now?
I would have wanted. I would have. Can you say it again?
OK，与其给你鱼，
Again.
给你鱼，不如教你钓鱼。
You know what the thing is? So many students, so many Belizeans have been to Taiwan. I'm
Yes.
sure they can say that.
But before we go, can I
Yes.
share with some words?
Sure.
I would suggest that if it's either for the Taiwan scholarship or the workshop, I would suggest Belizeans participants when they go, or they keep their mind open, wide open, because it's a life opportunity. So be it learning for a foreign language, or be it exposing yourself to a foreign culture, it's just a lifetime opportunity. So I would
Absolutely.
suggest to be open-minded, and then to seize every moment while you are in Taiwan.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
My pleasure.
But,
We're going to go ahead now and take a break, but of course, we're going to move into our conversation about the importance of Lent in today's era, and we'll be joined by Canon Leroy Flowers.